Hey, Harriet, are you ready?
Yes.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Harris Adams. I'm the administrative law judge assigned to hear proceeding number 23A-0197T. This matter comes on for a hearing pursuant to decision R23-77I. If we can start with entries of appearance.
Good afternoon, Judge. It's Tom Snyder on behalf of Lumen, and I believe with me today is client representative Tim Kunkelman.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. It's Michelle Singer-Nelson with the UCA, and with me today is Patrick Wittershine, who's also with the UCA.
And good afternoon.
Joseph Ben-Kurt on behalf of Bretza.
Good afternoon.
Bart Miller on behalf of El Paso, Teller, and Douglas County.
And Tracy Oldemeyer on behalf of CCOA and LIDA.
So just a moment. Counsel for El Paso Teller, I'm sorry, what was your name again, please?
Sorry, Your Honor, Bart Miller, B-A-R-T-M-I-L-L-E-R,
Thank you. And El Paso Teller and?
Douglas County.
Okay. Have you intervened in the proceeding?
What was that, Your Honor? I'm sorry, I missed that.
I'm looking at filings. Have you intervened in the proceeding?
Yes, we intervened with Bretza, with Joe Ben-Kurt.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, counting noses there. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. A little bit deja vu. We're picking up where we left off a couple weeks ago. I actually had two issues to address today, but the one being the most important, I guess, if I can start with Mr. Snyder. We've been 2 weeks' time, and what have we been able to achieve in 2 weeks, I guess, with where this proceeding is directed?
Well, Your Honor, thank you, and thanks for your patience. Thanks for all interveners counsel's patience. So I had sent an email to the interveners in advance of the meeting to kind of give them an update on where Lumen was at. Lumen continued to negotiate and still is in discussions with the proprietor of the fiber route from Georgetown to Frisco, which is the remaining portion of our application that we were exploring. And it appears, while that business opportunity still is a potential, there was a lot of permutations associated with it that required further examination and discussion. And based on the variables that were associated with that, along with the timing of this docket, we informed the interveners that it was our decision to withdraw this application, but commit to them to continue to work with them through monthly calls and otherwise to flesh out details on this opportunity and others, so that when we resubmit our application, we can, in good faith, fully answer the questions that are required by the BSP regulations. The main one being essentially, the full and complete evaluation of alternative routes and cheaper and more efficient routes than the ones that are chosen. The company just did not feel at this point we could provide assurances associated with that route based on the details that we have now. So that's a lot of words to say. It was our decision to inform you that we would be withdrawing the application, but we want to position ourselves so that we can resubmit for 2024. And I said, and again, and work with, I do mean this, work with the interveners during that process through monthly meetings and otherwise to put together a more robust and thorough plan.
Okay. That's going to be short for today's meeting. I'm not quite done though, but let me go off the record just a moment. I'll be back briefly or shortly. Okay, there's been no hearing set and it's the company's application, so I think that well, I do see a hand raised. I will, I guess, hear from counsel that wish to speak. I'd ask you to keep in mind this is an application proceeding. Hopefully you're familiar with the commission's rules of practice and procedure.
I am, Your Honor. I just wanted to note, I got an email from Mr. Thor Nelson, who is a counsel for CCTA, and he has not yet.
I see him now.
Sorry,
Okay.
I was just able to track it down. I apologize, Your
Nope.
Honor, and parties for being late.
Hey, would you like to enter an appearance?
Yes, please. Thank you. Thor Nelson of the law firm of Holland and Hart here on behalf of CCTA. And again, my apologies to everybody. I just lost track of the Zoom email.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Benkert.
Yes, I understand that this is Lumen's application. The application and the proceeding are supposed to be for a 2-year improvement plan. We're disappointed that Lumen is not able to move forward on the plan for 2023, but it is supposed to be a 2-year plan. And if the proceeding could be held open, that would allow the parties to collaborate on a plan for 2024 with the commission's non-disclosure rules clearly applying to the exchange of information and perhaps some ability to hold Lumen's feet to the fire to make sure we don't wind up in this position again next year.
Well, that leaves us in an awkward position of having an application from an applicant that doesn't want to approve and love an application. I know the commission, I mean, this filing was required by the commission's rules, and so I understand the frustration that it's not proceeding. On the other hand, I'm not sure that the proceeding being beneficial to be kept open for no purpose for the commission at this point in time. I'll take that matter under advisement and consider it, and excuse me, the request under advisement and confer with advisors before issuing a decision out of today's pre-hearing conference.
Well, excuse me, Your Honor, there may be options such as perhaps if Lumen would request its application be held in abeyance, or there might be
that's
another
what
way
I'm
of
saying.
addressing it to help.
I understand your request. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Snyder, I do want to bring one other question to your attention that would affect a future proceeding. The withdrawal of this application would would not, were we to continue in this proceeding, it might relate into Mr. Benkurt's request. This application was filed. It's in front of me. As there it is. The application was filed as Lumen doing business as CenturyLink QC. And I noticed that that is not appearing to be an entity that is registered in the commission's e-filing system, which made me investigate a little bit further. And reviewing information at the Secretary of State, I'll just say it appears to me that CenturyLink QC is a trade name of Qwest Corporation, and Lumen is a trade name of CenturyLink Communications LLC. I can't find any indication at the Secretary of State that Lumen does business as CenturyLink QC. I may have missed it, but I want to bring it to your attention that the application, in fact, appears to me to be two entities rather than one doing business on behalf of the other. So if this proceeding should wind up continuing, I'd look for the company to clarify, correct, amend, and it may be pure clarification for me. Maybe I'm missing something. But otherwise, perhaps if a future proceeding is to happen, that could be taken care of there. Okay. With that, I think that takes care of everything today. Is there any party that wishes to address anything further before? And seeing no hands, I'll thank you for the presentation today, and I'll take the matter under advisement as to the request of Mr. Benkert and issue a decision out at today's pre-hearing conference, and wish you a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Thanks.
Judge.
Bye.
Bye-bye.